Hey guys, welcome to another INFJ ramble. Today I was going to take some time to talk about what I do with my alone time. In other videos I say that I spend a lot of time with myself, but what does that really mean? What am I doing with myself? Well, I know I do spend a lot of time contemplating, processing information, trying to kind of sift through events or experiences that have left an impression on me that I haven't quite clarified yet, and I also, it sounds interesting, it's kind of, I suppose it's meditation, but I spend a lot of time lying in bed and just kind of observing the sensations in my body. And I think I was able to create a pretty solid foundation through my Vipassana practices. So I don't know if you are aware of Vipassana meditation. It's a type of meditation, an ancient technique that, teaches you to see things as they are, if that even makes sense. So I attended 3 courses within, I want to say, a 7-year time span. And it's funny, you would think that if you attended more courses, it would get easier, but it actually got more difficult. So the courses basically was 10 days of noble silence, no eye contact, no communication with the outside world, no journaling, no reading of books, no outside technology, just sitting with yourself for 10 days straight in noble silence. And it is mind altering. I feel like it opens your perception to so many things that you would not believe, even, it just helps you to access aspects of your mind that you weren't aware was there before. It's almost like doing a internal operation and just kind of like penetrating layers of yourself. It's like like an operation internally, and it really, really, I feel like almost like rewires your brain. And anyways, long story short, I spent a lot of time using that practice as a foundation to observe myself, observe my mental, my emotional, my physical, my spiritual being. And I usually just I'll lie in bed and I won't be asleep, but my eyes will be closed, and I'll just tune in to the moment. And observe sensations in my body, observe the thoughts that arise in my mind and how that correlates to the sensations that occur in my body. I'll tune into what's going on in my indirect or direct environment, from sounds down to an energetic level. And that's why I say everything is energy. Yeah, you can read this information in books, but unless you experience it personally on an experiential level, you won't really grasp what that entails. Everything is energy. I've even had I'm very, very sensitive to electronics. Even a TV on, it creates this really high frequency that most people aren't even aware of, and it just kind of really gets on my nerves. If we have the fan on, the electrical sound of the fan and all the other components that come with that affect me. I've become highly sensitive to energy, and I've been able to really penetrate the denser levels of reality, and just kind of perceive and feel things out energetically. So hypersensitive, hyper awareness, you know what I mean? So Yeah, so I'll spend a lot of time lying down with my eyes closed, observing my breath, observing the air going in and out of my nostril, observing my thoughts, observing the sensations in different parts of my body. Like, I don't, it's hard to really explain unless you've actually experienced it. I remember, like, at one of my my first course, we were in a rainforest and it was raining quite hard, and I was lying in my tent and the rain was falling and I was getting electrical jolts throughout my body in correlation to the raindrops dropping on my tent. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Just like, just really, really profound experiences energetically. And so because I have that foundation, it's easy for me to just kind of like sit with myself and to examine myself and to observe all these sensations that most people aren't tuned into because, you know, they've outletted a lot of their attention to external things. You know what I mean? Sorry, my nose is itchy. But yeah, I spend a lot of time just kind of like observing myself, observing my thoughts. And, you know, when you penetrate different layers of yourself, things become very clear. You know what I mean? And it's funny, I feel like because I have reached or penetrated a certain layer or degree of myself that most people haven't even touched yet, it's hard for me to actually come across or encounter people who can relate to anything that I say. So a lot of times I have to keep a lot of stuff to myself. And it goes back to my video that, you know, are we secretive? Yes and no, you know, because I don't see the point in discussing something that somebody else just can't comprehend. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of self-exploration, self-realization, self-knowing, and I still have a lot of work to do and a long way to go, but, you know, that's how I kind of have my foundation. That's how I spend a lot of time when I'm by myself. It's in like an objective, observational mode. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you penetrate all these different layers of yourself, when you interact with the external world, things are very clear. You know what I mean? Anyhow, I don't know if I made sense. I don't even know if this video was useful, but I figure I'd make it and I'd share it with you anyway. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you for watching, and blessings to one and all. Amen.